an article. I said it's on One News Now. Devin just confirmed that for me. It's on Obamacare, and you can go to onenewsnow.com. It's the very second banner that comes, I guess, scrolling across at the top. I haven't seen it, but Devin said it's right on that second banner, and that's an article that I wrote early this morning that is up there. You might take some interest in that and take a look at that. So onenewsnow.com, and of course, I'm hoping all of you are looking at onenewsnow.com all day long. But that's one place you can see the article, and you get a little bit of an interesting perspective. The strong and the weak get weaker and worthless is the name of the article. Talking about, well, I won't give it away, but you can check it out, onenewsnow.com. The other thing I want to remind you of is the Cove. Man, let me tell you, I'm looking so forward to this, so much more than normal. But the Cove, the Billy Graham Training Center is a magnificent place. It's incredible. It's an incredible place. If you've never been there, let me tell you, it's well worth a trip. And we're doing our AFA retreat there. We had a great time last year. It starts October 1st, and it's going to be magnificent. The colors in the Smoky Mountains of Asheville, North Carolina are beautiful. The facility is like none other. You're going to have opportunities to retreat from the world, to get some quiet time with the Lord, to get into God's Word. We're going to have some wonderful fellowship, some wonderful time in the Word, and we're going to have some wonderful time of worship. Governor Mike Huckabee is going to be there. You have opportunities to meet him and take some photos. He's going to be staying overnight. He's going to be there. He's speaking on Wednesday night. So we're really looking forward to that. Last year, Dr. James Dobson was with us. Make sure you register. It's all-inclusive, so once you register, you got to get there. But once you register, you won't have to spend another nickel once you get there. And the food is unbelievable, and there'll be more than, trust me, you won't go away hungry. It is a great place, and I hope you'll join. I would love the whole place to be filled with Financial Issues listeners. I mean, that's just, I love meeting you guys, and that's why I love my town hall meetings so much. But I know that there will be a large contingent of Financial Issues listeners. So I hope you'll come out. Go to afr.net. You can get that phone number to register. You call up and register, and it is going to be a wonderful time. My wife and I will be there, and we're looking forward to meeting as many of you as we possibly can. It's going to be a great time. The other thing I want to remind you, because I haven't talked about this in a while, and it came up yesterday in a meeting that I had. Let me tell you something, folks. You need to call the American Family Foundation. Don't wait until December, like so many people did last year. But if you're thinking about your income stream to be able to pay your expenses, a portion of that has to be a charitable gift annuity, in my opinion. Something that is going to come in every month. It's not an investment. It's not part of your investment strategy, but it is part of your income strategy. It's not an investment. Don't look at it as an investment. That's not what it is. It is a charitable gift. Key word there is gift. Annuity. It is so that you can make a gift to the ministry here at American Family Association so that we can stay in the fight and keep the fight going. And I hope you're going to call the American Family Association, the AFA Foundation, because let me tell you, everybody needs to have a piece of their portfolio in that. And I hope that you'll do that, particularly in the volatile times that we're in now and that we're headed for. Let me just play you a real quick clip. As you know, folks, we are highlighting, this is the last day, Senator Lindsey Graham. I hope everybody's been on my website, financialissues.org, has been on my website. Down on the front page, there's a little block that's called Accountability Corner. And we are highlighting someone every week. This week, we are highlighting Republican Senator Lindsey Graham. He is one of the Republican royalty. That wonderful guy, nice guy. He's a likable guy. He's hard not to like. But he doesn't want, he is totally against defunding Obamacare. He's still supporting Obamacare, still supporting the notion that we can't do anything about Obamacare. In my opinion, that's what he's supporting. and we need to send a message for him. I've got all his phone numbers for all 4 of his local offices, his national office. You need to call one of those numbers, all of those numbers, and express your concern with the fact that he is not coming alongside those new, not the old guard, but the new Republican Party, the Ted Cruzes of the world, the Mike Lees of the world. Mike Lee's going to be with us next week, as a matter of fact. I think he's going to be on the program next Friday, Thursday or Friday. Those kinds of guys. Ted Cruz is coming on at some point in time. He said he was. We're waiting for that, but Mike Lee's going to be with us. That he needs to come alongside and support those old guard, and we need to the new Republicans, and we need to tell him that if you're not going to do it, whether I can vote for you or not, I'm not going to vote for you if I live in South Carolina. If I don't live in South Carolina, I'm not going to support you, and I'm going to do everything I can to support the person that's running against you. I'm very excited. Nancy Mace was someone that is going to be running against him in the primary. She said she was coming on the program, did not come on the program. But we just got news last night that Lee Bright is a state senator in South Carolina. He is a guy that has had a A+ rating with Governor Haley's Tea Party group. He has stood up for family values. He has stood up for the Second Amendment and other constitutional amendments, for the Constitution in general. He is a guy that we could sure use in Washington. I'm sure the state of South Carolina could use him, but we could sure use him in Washington. And he's announced that he's going to be running against Lindsey Graham. Here's what he said yesterday, I believe. Go ahead, Devin.
Hasn't shown the leadership he needs to show on conservative causes. And I think you would hear that if he was back in South Carolina during the break, but instead he's been over in Egypt, running around with McCain, acting as a community organizer for the Muslim Brotherhood. So I do feel like that he has not listened to South Carolinians, and I feel like he's going to hear us loud and clear come June.
You know, I love what he said about a community organizer for the Muslim Brotherhood. I mean, that's exactly what's been going on. I'm trying to figure out what the president's doing with that. His boy, the Muslim Brotherhood that he supported. I mean, you know, who's he supporting? I heard an ambassador say that, well, we're not supporting anybody. We're supporting Egypt. Of course we're not supporting anything. We would have to make a choice. We'd have to go on record. We'd have to stand on something. We don't want to do that. Lee Bright, that was, folks. He is a state senator for South Carolina. You people in the South Carolina ought to be proud to have Lee as a state senator. Now get a little bit more proud, and let's see if we can't get him in Washington, because we need men like him. He's going to be running against Senator Lindsey Graham, one of the old guards, powerful man, lots of money. He could care less about this election because he's already figured he's in. He's phoning it in. He thinks he's already in. He's not concerned. He's got lots of money. Here we go, South Carolina. We got South Carolina and Arkansas starting grassroots efforts. Let's get these incumbents out of there. Let's get these old guards out of there. Let's show them the power of the people. If it's in just one state, let's show the power of the people so that we can take that state and use it as an example through the country, like what happened in the governor's race in Wisconsin in that grassroots effort. State Senator Lee Bright, let's hope we can support him and he can stand firm against the powers of the old royalty of the Republican Party. We have 2 Republican parties. We have the People's Republican Party, and we have the old guard, the John McCain Republican Party. The McConnells, Boehner, McCain, Republican Party, Eric Cantor, even though he's a young man, got to go. Got to go. Let's get some guts and backbone. Let me go to Murray. Murray's calling us from Virginia. Hey, Murray.
Good morning, Dan. This is Maury from beautiful Richmond, Virginia. The question that I had, I use a program called Share Builders. I'm sure you've heard of it. I believe it's owned by Capital One, and about $5,000 in the account. I just don't feel like I have the time to watch it like I ought to. You can't really do it at work. Would I be better off just to take that money, give it to, an investor or somebody through your credit union, and maybe realize a little higher returns. I mean, currently I've got everything in Vanguard mutual funds, but just maybe I'm impatient. I feel like I should be getting some bigger returns. I'm right now experiencing losses. So wanted your opinion on that, and thank you for your show, and I really enjoy listening to you.
Maury, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Here's what you need to do. First of all, if you're experiencing losses, you're really in the wrong funds because, we've got markets at incredible highs year to date, and you should not be experiencing any losses. So that's an issue, which tells me you're probably in a lot of bond funds, which you shouldn't be in. You should be out of. So I would say this to you. I would say that you need to, I don't think Maury's still on the line, but Maury, if you're still on there, how old are you?
Yes, I'm still on the line. 57.
Okay. 57. Okay. So, Maury, I think what you need to do is you need to take, I would, if you have an investment advisor, if you know of one, I don't in your area there, but if you know of one that is someone that you can trust, you feel that's going to do the right thing, that has got a track record with some folks you maybe know that has done a good job, and someone that you can hand this account over to and feel very comfortable with, then I think you ought to do it. Aside from that, what you might want to do is make a decision, hey, I'm going to be biblically responsible in what I do with this money. It's God's money. And I'm going to go to either a Timothy Plan. You can go to timothyplan.com. And I'm going to use Timothy Plan mutual funds. As a matter of fact, if you look at what's on my buy list, all of their funds on my buy list are up in double digits this year, except for the one. But, their Israel fund that I've been talking about for a while now, I think is up about 15%. But I'm not saying that's going to happen in the future, but that's where they are today. But if you can pick a couple of maybe their conservative growth fund or asset allocation growth fund or something like that, a little bit in the Israel fund and whatever, and just forget about it, I think you'll be better off, and that's another option. So I would do one of the two. The third option would be to track with me. Go to my website and partner with us and take a look at my stock. But then you just said you don't have time, you don't want to really do that, and it's a lot. And I don't blame you. That's fine. That my website, my tracking is not designed for people that don't want to do that or don't have the time. That's why on my website I have a whole separate set of asset allocation models just for the Timothy Fund. So based on your age. And you can diversify in different Timothy mutual funds that you can use. So that's what I would suggest, Maury. I think that'll work out good for you, and that's what I think you ought to consider. Thank you for the call. I really appreciate it, brother. I want to mention something else while I'm talking about the Timothy Plan. I get everywhere I go now, and every place, every time I talk to somebody, it seems they say, this new Timothy Fund, how's that working out? And I say, new. There's nothing new about Timothy. They've been around for 25 years. And, the answer is always like, no. I thought you were introducing them. I said, no. I was introducing my coming alongside them after a lot of time and a lot of due diligence on my part to make sure that we were as evenly yoked from a biblically responsible point of view as I thought we were. But there's nothing new about Timothy. They're not some new startup mutual fund company. And I've never said that. I've never talked about it. I didn't think about it, tell you the truth. And I was thinking about it last night as I was talking to someone else who said the same thing. And, so they've been around 25 years. This is a great, solid organization. It's not some mutual fund that just started up 2 years ago to try to, gather as much Christian money as they can. That's not what they're about. And they're no different than any mutual fund that you deal with from a regulatory standpoint. They are SEC, FINRA regulated, like every single mutual fund in the country. They get no exemptions because they're biblically based. Nothing. They're just like any other mutual fund. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Let me go to Steve in Oklahoma. By the way, folks, 866-300-9298. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Dan, this is Steve in Oklahoma. Yeah, I became a member of your partners anyway, and I'm happy with the guy that I had managing my deal. And anyway, the reason I called today was, and I really appreciate that you're giving me the courage to attempt to do this on my own, to manage my own account. That's basically what I'm doing now. But I called because I have a couple of stocks. I thought it'd be a good idea to invest in Brazil stocks because, that economy down there, I thought, at least at the time, that they were kind of a self-sufficient and they didn't have the money problems that the spending problems that I guess we do here. But
right.
Anyway, one of them is CIG and CPL, but they've been experiencing some downward trend here in the last couple of days. I was wondering what your opinion would be on that one.
Hey, Steve, I'm going to put you on hold. I don't know if you have another follow-up. I'm right up against the break, and then I'm going to answer as soon as we get back. 866-300-9298. We'll be right back.